I'm gonna try to go through almost a generation of Q products that I've been purchasing. I got more, but this is just like a little, you know, run around. One of them, something that I use a whole lot. I got my coffee mug, and yeah, you kind of like get dragged down into that ecosystem because some of the stuff is proprietary. Now this happens to be the first purchase, my HONEYBADGER OG, and basically it's not the SBR but the SD. This came in the box, and I think they still sell this pouch for their actually proprietary silencer. Now this how originally started it. Oh shit! Oh man, got a ghost inside of the machine. Anyway, so this is my SD handguard attachment. It's down here, free floating handguard. And interesting, the reason why the silencer does not go beyond that point, it's cleaned up in the front, and in the back it has some ribs that gives structure. You probably see it there. It gives structure, integrity, so it doesn't flex. And this is the OG silencer called as HONEYBADGER. And whenever you take the text form, that's what it says. Now, you can tell this is the first gen. Look at the weldings. This was the traditional way of welding, and took a whole lot of time. We got some newer methods nowadays, but this is how everything started. You can see the little imperfections on the welding patterns. But yeah, this is the OG silencer, right? And that's how everything started. More than 7 years ago, I want to say. For me, my HONEYBADGER was number 300 or something, which I was, very proud. I really loved that toy. And then you start going into this other stuff. Let me get this out of the way. More parts. This is the bottle rocket and the whistle tip. This is obnoxious. This was not really favorite to me, especially on the shooting range. Supposed to be designed for that, so all the flames go to the front, but that son of a bitch is loud. And they both attach directly to the proprietary muzzle device, right? This bottle rocket is the one that I enjoy the most. Not that I like shooting unsuppressed, but that SBR little shorty thing, that 7-inch barrel. This will keep you accurate. That was kind of cool. You still got your flames coming out, and but it was nothing like this. Is just not cool. Anyway, so I did bought it, and just keeping them. And you can tell how the coating, or what, it's not a coating, but the treatment on the steel, it's not ultra gold no more, because I use this a whole lot. So yeah, so that's those. And you start getting into some other parts, like your G-slings. I always love this color scheme. Be honest with you, they're not the most comfortable because there's no padding on it, but they look cool, very hip, whatever with that. But I don't really love it. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like I said, you get into the ecosystem. So that's that. Okay, so what else? Okay, yeah. So that being Gen 1, it's a little story here about customer service. I remember buying this thing before I find out there was a warranty possibility with that first gen. This happens to be their first attempt to mitigate bolt bounce. Not that if you're shooting semi, you will never notice, unless you right now they got this FRT's proliferation, so you got access to more rapid fire, right? This one was supposed to mitigate that, but still was it's a 2-piece bolt, as you can see, but still used a little slim down spring, and it has like a little cap that holds it from passing beyond that point. But this was the first attempt. Bolt bounce was mitigated very poorly, but it was the first attempt. And I bought this thing. I probably put like 90 rounds on it. You can tell it's still new. But also, they started manufacturing their own bolt carriers because they cannot get up to their specifications, very inconsistent, and their reliability. So you know what? They ended up jumping, which is great. That's why Q started it being from a small company to the beast they are now. They're fucking huge from what I've heard. All right. So that being said, let me give you an idea, a short brief of what happened when notice that there was a little crack on my lower. These are machine, right? But right there, when you got your pen, there was a little crack there, and you will see here in a second. That little portion now it's machined deeper than the first gen, right? So I sent them a few pictures because both of them were like that, and you can hardly tell unless you pull it apart. You start doing your cleaning, you'll see the crack from the top to the bottom going, on the way. So they told me, well, we don't really. We'll like you to send it for inspection. They already had the pictures. And once they got there, they offered me to either replace it because there's just no fixing it. So if they were to replace it, it'll be cost-free. They got a brand new lower, which they did, a new stock. This is the new generation stock, okay? And I'll go with the little details now. And the new bolt carrier. This one is the upgrade that cost $500. It was tossed in there. You see, this is what they're doing for the customers, okay? That new one cost $500 because it has a tons of weight and a wider spring, mimicking more traditional of AR-15, plus opening the door for FRT. You can actually use an FRT with this bolt carrier, because the prior ones with that little thing, spring, that was not gonna happen. But this one it does. I've seen them running, and it's freaking awesome. So the weight on it is perfect for, if I'm not mistaken, for subsonics, which is odd because you usually got to tune them things, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, now this stock back here, you cannot just yank it out no more. You're gonna have to press on your release button and get it up to where you want. And that was creating an issue because the first gen, they used to be scraped down here. You can see the aluminum being scraped. I mean, it was not a deal breaker, but that was part of the whole design where you can yank it out. Now you need to press on it, which is no big deal. Still a solid support. This is not fully out deployed, which I wish they had an additional position, but that's not the mentality behind Q. They don't want to do that. They do that with a different, I think it was Noveski. They got their own black coloring, and they got those cutouts, which, it's fine. Anyway, so they did replace my lower, and they relocated all my little accoutrements, my little accessories that I've been buying over the years, like literally the best trigger ever made. This is an empty firearm, okay? Just so you know. And I love this, what they did. I got a new serial number and just happened to spend like 40 days before I got it all approved. The whole process took like a good month and a half for the time they put it back on my FFL and I got it approved. And they did actually replace up the upper, which I had to pay a little bit additional because I might as well just get the new upper. What's the difference? Well, you're exposed. It was gonna get a little bit more dirty now, but they replaced some other parts, components, like my gas block is not the full gold one. They put the new, the barrel, whatever keeps the barrel together. I forgot to know that shit. Anyway, so they give me a brand new ones. The barrel is mine. The one that probably has like 2,000 rounds. So there's a lot of life still on that barrel. And the gas tube, my old one, I get to keep also. My charge handle. This is the Gen 1 charge handle. And you can tell because there's one side like longer than the other one. The new gen comes both shorty. This one has one long one. That was the first gen. What else? Okay, yeah, I lost the badging, the 300 blackout engraving here on this side. I mean, I cannot, no big deal. I just, I got a new fresh start because now my upper is not really being damaged by the bull carrier. I had, I don't know, close to 2,500, 3,000 rounds. I am not sure. I lost count, but anyway, wow. Yeah, this is my new honey badger. That stock looks more refined. Also, the finish on this thing, you gotta deploy the press to deploy it, but the finish on the Gen 1 was different. Looked like the mold, this new generation of molding is being corrected, looked more refined. Now, I don't have that gold ring that I used to have. Not sure if I'll be able to use a traditional sling mount attachment. It does have like some steel insert on it, but I'm not sure. I'm not tried it because I got a G-sling. I don't really need that additional weight. That's the whole concept. This is my trash panda wrapped with, I forgot the name of this, guys, but they've been with me for a while. And that's basically what I got. Brand new honey badger. And yeah, lightweight. This trash panda is a tad quieter than the traditional SD. But it's a few revolutions to get it attached, where the original is direct threaded. I mean, yeah, this is my honey badger SD. Now, I got a 30 rounder. I really like these magazines. They got those reinforced lips by Lancer. They're supposedly to be for 300 blackout. I mean, I think there's nothing wrong with the 20 rounders, but the 30, you're gonna be carrying a little bit more weight. But I think it still looks super sick. And I just love my honey badger. Now that's the Trigicon, they call it T1, is the mini ACOG. But that one in particular is very special because it has edge reticle with drops by ACSS. So it's green and it's engraved. So, it's actually edge reticle. So, you're gonna have always a place to aim, no batteries needed. I love the mount. It's that Bulbro mount. I think this is an old optic, but I think it still holds true to the honey badger. It's lightweight, and it's all I care for. It's lightweight, and I got my drops. I mean, dude, sexy as a honey badger could be. So that's basically what I got for y'all. It's just, just don't get divorced because of buying toys. Ask me how the fuck I know. All right, so yeah, hope this helps someone out there. Peace.